Hello, this is a website audit report for the smedoctor.com. My name is Philip Amiola. I am Director of Strategy at the Plenipotent Company Limited, and I'll be reviewing the SME Doctor website to point out a few issues that we have identified and which we intend to address in the website redesign project. The first issue is the overall design and functionality. There is a lot to change and it does not quite meet expected standards. Then we have the search engine optimization, how easy it is for the site to show up on search engines. And when it shows up, what do we actually see? What do users actually see? How suitable is the website for marketing? A website is essentially a marketing tool, so it should be used to generate leads who you can then nurture, leads that you can then nurture and convert into customers. So lead generation and conversion are very important for any website, and the SME Doctor website is lacking in that regard. Then we have social media integration. Okay, that's another issue that we found. Okay, so for the design and functionality, we looked at the general aesthetic appeal, the links and menu items. Is the website mobile compatible? And then what does the web content look like? Okay, those are the areas we checked under design and functionality. Now let's visit the website to illustrate some of these things. Okay, so this is the SME Doctor website, the smedoctor.com. So we're talking about the overall design and functionality. Okay, looking at this, though we're still going to come to it under the search engine optimization, but we can talk about it here too. It's saying not secure, and when you click, it gives you this information. Usually, this is not very important if you are not selling stuff on your website. If you don't have to get people's credit card information through an online store and all of that, if you don't have to do that, this may not be important on a general level and on a technical level. But practically, most people don't even understand what this is. They simply feel that, okay, once they see it, they simply feel your website is not safe. Okay, so it's better to take care of it. We're going to talk more about it, okay, later. Okay, but the point is this not secure should be taken care of. So the website should be secure. So it should have HTTPS. So when we checked other pages, we found that sometimes it's partly secure, sometimes it's not secure at all, but it should be completely secure by properly installing an SSL certificate. SSL is short for Secure Socket Layer. It's a security protocol that protects or encrypts the information between a browser and the web server. So it is very important to take note of that. Then the general design, the website is not aesthetically appealing. Fine, it's not a showbiz website, it's not an entertainment website, so we're not talking about it looking so flashy, but it still needs to be attractive. It's just too plain and it could be a lot better. Then on the home page here, there should be a way to contact the organization right from the home page, because some people will not even proceed beyond the home page. People have a very short attention span online. Okay, so it's important for the home page to carry all the most important information. Then when we look at the links, we find, okay, starting from the social media links, they are not working, they're just there. If you click this now, it's going to simply open another tab and then it gets you to the same page you were on. So you click this, the same thing, it opens in another tab but still opens to the page you were on. And also for Twitter, so the links are not working. Okay, we'll talk about this more under the social media integration aspect, but I'm giving a general overview here. Now the general links and menu items. Now these are the menu items. Now, under this, for example, event show gallery, for events, you would expect that events like the SME clinic and any other events that the SME doctor holds would be listed here. But what we find is a form. So this is not really event, so it's misleading. So you could have something like event registration, or you could have event and then talk about the event, then put a link to the registration form. That would be better design. Okay, as it is now, it's not very appropriate. Then testimonial. Testimonial is not best presented as a menu item on its own, though you may want to do that. But even if you are going to do that, you should still have the testimonials on your own page. You should have a few testimonials on the home page. And the way the testimonials are presented is not professional also. It's not attractive and it's not professional. So it could be edited. Some were even repeated, and some are not really testimonials at all. Like this person that is saying he or she was not able to make it because of other commitments, but had it was a blast. Fine, it sounds like a testimonial, but it really isn't, because this person wasn't even there, and you cannot totally confirm what you heard, okay, if you were not there. So the person that said it was a blast should have been the one writing this testimonial, okay, that would have been more credible. This just looks like, okay, maybe we're trying to get some positive press for ourselves, okay, or like we're trying to toot our own on. Then this explains what I am trying to point out better. Please, can I be notified about the next event? I did not hear about this. This in itself too is not a testimonial. So it's better to collect a few testimonials that are really, testimonials, and that will make the whole thing more credible. Anybody that has attended the SME clinic knows that it's very rich, and it's a very packed program. Okay, so once people attend, that credibility is there. But before people get to attend, there's skepticism, because people have seen a lot of things. They've attended a lot of similar programs that have not lived up to their expectation, and the skepticism is even higher online. So it's important to make sure that anything that could raise the level of skepticism, that we deal with it. Something like this, I could not make it due to doctor's appointment. When is the next clinic visit? It's not a testimonial. Now, this is a very good one. Had a splendid time. So grateful for the privilege. Let's plan for more times like this. This is a wonderful one. So this is a testimonial. So that should be taken care of. Then the presentation, like I pointed out earlier too, is not good enough. If possible, we can get the pictures with the permission of the people submitting the testimonials. You can get their pictures, put their pictures there. There may be a link to their social media platform, or a link to their social media profile, or a link to their website, something that will make it more credible. I want to believe that these are usernames, but we don't know if they are Instagram usernames, Twitter usernames. So all of that is poor design. So it should ideally link, if it's username for one of their social media platforms, this should ideally link to that social media platform, so people can confirm that, okay, this is really true, this is the person. They can even reach out to the person directly and ask questions. So those are some of the things we noticed about the design in general. Then blog, there is no blog on the website. This is just there. By the time you click this now, it just keeps you on the same page. The blog is not there, so there's no link. It's not even on the home page too. It's not on the menu, on the main menu. Okay, so there are lots of quite a number of links like that that are not working. Then client and diagnostic, what exactly does that mean? Is it client services or client something? So, or is it clinic, or did you mean to write clinic and diagnostic? So it's important to take note of these things. And looking at the contact page, the fonts, it's just not attractive. It's too, the size is too big, and the spacing is too close. It's not attractive. And looking at the contact information, The contact information should be clickable. People should be able to click this telephone number right from here, okay? And these days, most people access websites through their phone. So people should be able to click and call directly with one or two clicks. The same thing with email. People should be able to click. All these links should be clickable. Okay, so that's good design. As it is now, it's not very good design. So those are some of the issues with the design. Okay, fine. This is what I was pointing out the other time. So it's correct here, clinic and diagnostic. It's correct in the main menu. But here we have client and diagnostic. So that should be corrected. So little issues like this could hurt the brand's credibility. It might pass the impression, or it might give the impression that, okay, the brand does not pay attention to details, which is not a good impression. So little things like this are important. So those are some of the things that we intend to take care of. Okay, so I've talked about the design, the general design and functionality of the website. I'm going to show a few more things and then we move from there. So I am maximizing the site now and then I'm minimizing it. So, but the site adapts. Can you see the menu has adapted? It now displays vertically. So the site adapts to the size of the screen, and that's a good thing. That means the site is responsive. It's responsive. So now I can reduce the size of the screen and the size adapts to that. So that's a good one. It's responsive. So that's a commendable aspect of the design of the website. So we've looked at the overall design and functionality, the links and menu items, mobile compatibility, and the content. Okay, so we need to pay attention to the content. Some of the content need to be reworked. Then, like what we have here, client and diagnostic should be clinic and diagnostics. Then the testimonials should also be reworked. Okay, so those are some of the content areas that need attention. There is more to it, but we'll keep it at that for now. Now let's talk about search engine optimization. Here we're going to be looking at keyword search, name search, meta description, how content marketing impacts the search engine optimization, and then SSL certificate, how it affects it, which I mentioned that earlier. So let's look at the site. Okay, so let's do a search for SME doctor. That's name search now. We're searching for the name of the SME doctor. Okay, can you see it comes out as the first result on the first page, which is good. That means the SME doctor website is optimized for the SME doctor name. But this is fine. This is not so much of a big deal yet because there probably aren't many brands by the name SME doctor. So it's easy to come as number one and then on the first page. But what I want to point attention to here in terms of SEO is the meta description under it, be IT service, best WordPress theme for IT services. So this is the default text, the default meta description text that came with the theme that was used to design the website, and that's not good enough. What you should have here should be something like a short pitch. It should be a short sales pitch or something that talks about who the SME doctor is or what the SME doctor does. Okay, that's what we should have here, not BIT service best WordPress theme. And this is practically what happens on every page of the website. There is no clearly defined meta description. On the About Us page, it just picked the search engine just picked some of the words on the page. The meta description was not deliberately and carefully crafted. So that has to be taken into consideration too, so that the site can be more visible in search engines. Now imagine if someone is searching, people will not ordinarily search for SME doctor except somebody that has heard about the brand before. If people want to search, what they are going to search for are the things that the SME doctor does. For example, if I need business advisory services for my SME, I can type something like SME advisory services. Okay, it's even a popular search item because it has come out on its own, SME advisory services. Now, looking at SME advisory services, now this is keyword search. These are the kind of keywords that prospective customers of SME doctor are likely to search for. But when you look at this throughout, there is no appearance of SME doctor on the first page. You go to the second page, no appearance of SME doctor, and you go on and on and on and on. Now, by the time you start searching for important keywords that your clients and prospects are likely to be searching for, and you are not showing up, then something is not right with the SEO strategy. That's the search engine optimization strategy. Of course, you don't begin to show up from day one. It takes time. But if the website has been like, a while, the website has been on for 6 months, 1 year, you should begin to show up for keywords that are relevant to what you are doing. Okay, then I talked about SSL earlier, secure socket layer, SSL certificates. Now, when you don't have SSL certificates on your site, or when your site is showing not secure, Google does not rank that site well. It affects your search engine rankings. Okay, so that's another point to take note of for the search engine optimization. So the meta description for each page has to be well constructed deliberately, and it shouldn't use the default text that came with the theme that was used to design the website. Okay, so those are some of the things to pay attention to for the SEO part of the website. So one other thing is content marketing. Content marketing. And that has to do with turning out relevant content. And you can do that through your blog. So the more content you publish on your blog, the more opportunities you give for search engines to pick up your website. So if you have published a blog you've published a blog post on writing a business plan, for example, and you optimized it well, if somebody searches for something like business plan for my SME, that post is likely to come up. So you are increasing your chances of showing up in search engines. Okay, and another aspect to the content marketing is that you can publish guest posts on other sites, and they are going to link back to your site. That creates backlinks, which also gives you search engine advantage. Now let's talk about the marketing features on the website. Like I said at first, a website is essentially a marketing tool, and it should be able to get you customers. That's through lead generation and then conversion. Okay, and the tools you use for these are landing pages, or the website components you use for hit out landing pages, opt-in forms, calls to action, and then the contact information, your contact information. The website has issues in these areas. So there are no special landing pages for any of the services or any of the things that the SME doctor does, no specially constructed landing page. And there is absolutely nothing to take people's email addresses, no list building strategy, no opt-in form where people can sign up for updates and then keep in touch, with the SME doctor. There's nothing like that. And on the contact page, which I went to earlier, I reviewed that earlier, the contact information could be better presented. It should be clickable. Everything should be clickable, because these days people don't have time to start typing it out. And once it's there, just make it possible to click, and automatically you can send a message, or you can make a phone call. You can even send an SMS too. Okay, so that's very important. All of this will help to improve conversion. The website will be able to generate leads and then convert those leads into customers over time. Okay, so that's another aspect that we need to pay attention to as we redesign the website. Now, talking about social media integration, I already talked about the follow buttons that are not working because they are not linked to any social media platform. Then we also need to have social stream and social sharing. Okay, so this is the website. Let me go back to the home page. The only appearance of social media that we have are these icons, and they are not working as we have shown before. They are just leading us back to the same page. Now, let me show an example of social media integration. Okay, now right here, you can click and then go directly to the Facebook page. You can click here, go directly to the Twitter page or the Twitter profile, as it were. So that's one side. Those are the follow buttons. But beyond that, if you are reading a blog post, for example, let's read this blog post. If you're reading a blog post, you should be able to share it. That's generating word of mouth advertisement. So I can easily share this on Twitter, for example. That's social sharing. I can share on Facebook, I can share on LinkedIn, Pinterest, WhatsApp, as many platforms as you want, you can put them here. People can easily share. That's the social sharing component. Then the social stream. Right here, you can see what we have recently posted on our Facebook page. If you like, you can put Twitter there also. So that's social stream. So it's important to have these three components on your website. They help your search engine visibility. And apart from that, they help to get the word out about what you are doing. Currently, the SME Doctor does not have any of that except the icons, and even those icons are not clickable. Then one part that I also wanted to mention under the general design and functionality is the sliders. Sliders are generally not good for your website. They slow down the website, they eat up conversion, they reduce the conversion rate, and the way the eyes work is not really in support of sliders, and there is a lot of research. You can, if you have the time, you may even do the research yourself. You may want to do the research and check something like, okay, sliders on websites. You see a lot of research has been done that it's not in the best interest of the website owner to use sliders. Though people like it because it's beautiful, but we have to draw the line, or we have to decide if what we want is just to look good or to make money. So if we have sliders on the site, those sliders can reduce the likelihood of people actually clicking the kind of things you want them to click and then converting them into leads who you can then nurture into paying customers. Okay, so sliders are not good for the website. Okay, so we've talked about the design, we've talked about the search engine optimization, we've talked about the marketing, how the website should function as a marketing tool. We have also talked about social media integration. So these are some of the main issues that we have identified with the website. So please let us know if you have any questions. You can easily send us an email, or you can reach out to us on social media. So these are the things that we intend to address in the website redesign project. So by the time the new website is ready, you'll be able to compare it with what you had before and see the gap and see the improvements that we have been able to make. Thank you very much.